But yeah, if I'm being honest, something like, here's the thing. Before I saw this press conference and I started watching some footage, Jake Paul has a chance because we see that Rahman can be dropped and stopped. But here's the thing. He's finally fighting a boxer. Let's pull up his resume real quick, Jake Paul. And I can't believe that they're, like have these listed on BoxRec as if they're official fights. But 5-0 with 4 KOs, 25 years old. The first fight, split decision to Tyron Woodley, knocked him out brutally, put him to sleep, and we kind of really haven't seen him since. The fight is taking place at 200 pounds in Madison Square Garden, August the 6th on Showtime pay-per-view. Brandun Lee is going to be on the undercard. Let's see if they listed it on BoxRec. Yeah, Brandun Lee is taking on an Ashton Sylve, if that's how you pronounce his name, and we don't know what the other fight is yet. Or the other fights are yet. There's going to be some all access build up as well. Rahman's got 6 KOs. He's been stopped once, 31 years old. I don't know, cuz we gonna see. Let me go back and pull up this one clip from the press conference though, where they were going back and forth. For those who didn't see it. Listen to this right here. How basically his pop said he really wasn't focused.
To have to take on your son on August 6th.
Flat out, I'm gonna give you the honest answer. I don't know if my son gonna like it, but I'm just gonna tell the truth because that's what I do. My son has really underperformed and underprepared for pretty much all of his fights. So he will be ready for this one.
What?
Do you agree with that, Hasim Jr.?
I think that the potential that's
What
inside
the
me
fuck?
has not been reached yet. So yeah, I agree. I think that I could definitely have performed better in all my fights. So on August 6th, we're gonna come fully prepared.
Dad, why'd you say that at the press conference, Dad?
What are you talking about? He just told you gonna tell the truth. This ain't nothing he ain't said to me before. What are you talking about?
It's bring your kid to work day.
Yeah, all right. Bring your gloves and your boots on August 6th, because I might knock you out of both of them.
Up next.
Jake, good afternoon. In your previous fights, you've shown the world that you take boxing very seriously. It's your full-time job right now.
Like that caliber, so nothing really changes. We're prepared for this, and
So when we
We'll
sparred,
see
why I couldn't turn southpaw when we sparred? Why your corner and your trainers and you were so adamant about
you were
not going
you turned southpaw in
I
that
did
too.
not.
We had the footage.
I did not. Go show it. Show me some.
We
Show me
had the
turning
footage.
southpaw. Show me
We had
turning
the
southpaw,
footage.
please.
We have the footage, but I'm
And
gonna let.
please, when
I'm,
you
I'm
do
gonna
show
let
the footage,
fans,
when you
I'm
show the
I'm gonna let
footage,
the fans
when
see
you
August
show the
6th.
footage,
I'm gonna let
post
the
the
fans
footage
see
of
the
you
footage for the
turning
first time
around.
August 6th.
Show the footage of you turning around. As soon as you get the back
You got your ass beat and you know it.
How? You in here jumping on top of turnbuckles? Who? There's no winner or loser in Spawn. There's no winner or loser in Spawn. So what are you talking about? I was there to work with you, to actually help you get confidence to go against a guy that was 5'5" with no fights. So what are you talking about? And I still was handicapped.
How dare you?
Boxing you with one hand. Go watch the tape.
Then why-
I didn't
why
even
were-
use my right hand.
Then why were you
I didn't
so
even
ma-
use my right
Then
hand.
why were you
when
so
I
mad
backed you in the
after?
corner.
Then
and
why
when
were
I
you
backed
so
in the
mad
corner-
after?
When I backed you in the corner.
Why were you so mad
Why
after
you turn
then?
around and run?
Why were
you
you
turn
so
around
mad
and run?
after?
Who runs in a boxing ring? You
Why
ran
were
like
you
we was
so
in a
mad
track.
after?
He's a runner. He's a track star. What's
Why-
going
why were
on?
you so
Why are you
mad?
running in a boxing ring? Do you know how to box? Have you learned that yet? You learned that you can't run yet?
You gonna see?
Have you learned that? Have you learned that
gonna
much
see.
yet? That you can't be running in the ring? You learned that yet? It only been 18 months.
Keith Idek.
Yeah, let's talk about that rehydration clause. And also, Keith Idek is about to talk about it right now. Yeah, let's dive a little bit into this. That 10-pound rehydration clause is significant. The fight is taking place at 210 pounds. Wait, excuse me. Sorry, my bad. The fight is taking place at 200 pounds. In his last fight, Rahman Jr. has weighed in at 224. The lowest he's been in his career has been 211 pounds. So that 10-pound rehydration clause is something significant. You know, let's listen in. Oh, and also, thanks for watching and liking the video. If you haven't liked the video, please drop one. It feels like we're almost out of that shadow ban that we've been in for damn near a year, because YouTube is starting to promote my videos again, you know.
BoxingScene.com. My question's for Hasim Jr. Hasim, how much do you expect it to be a challenge to fight at the lowest weight of your career, and how much weight will you have to lose in training camp before the fight to get down to 200 pounds?
We already close, man. We already close. I'm not worried about the weight. I was just in camp for a fight, and then I came and I got right back in the gym. I came to New York. I was already in the gym when they called for the fight, so I'm not worried about the weight. The weight not a factor. I fought at 200 pounds for years in the amateurs. I haven't fought there as a pro yet, but I'm looking forward to bringing back them amateur days and bringing back even some things that I was doing in the amateurs that I haven't done in the pros yet. So losing some weight, right, it's almost like I'm fighting an amateur. So losing the weight is exciting for me, and it's gonna open up doors for me to even do even more in the boxing ring.
Just curious, I don't know if you caught that. Is it like fighting an amateur? Do you take exception with that comment?
No, he's going to get beat up by a singer, a musician, a seashell collector, an amateur.
Disney boy.
I'm a
you
Disney
is not
boy.
About to beat
I'm a
me up.
YouTuber.
Who have you ever beat up?
I'm all of these
Who
things.
have you ever beat up? You ain't beat up nobody. You ain't beat up nobody.
You sound stupid.
No, you sound stupid. Who have you beat up?
5-0.
You ain't beat up nobody. You ain't beat up nobody.
Knocked out everyone I fought.
You ain't beat up nobody. Anybody can get the 5-0 fighting nobody's. Come on, man. You ain't fought nobody that boxed before. You fought everybody in their debut and then rematch somebody. Stop it, bruh. Stop
Perfect.
it,
So that's why we running it. That's why you're the next opponent. No shit. You're a speed bump.
I know.
Another name on the list.
I know.
A pawn.
Yeah, okay. You say that now. I'm about to give you your first loss. Stupid.
Current.
Karan Bhatia with Ask the Experts. Question for Hasim Rahman Jr. Hasim, in your last fight, right over here, you were unsuccessful. It was stopped. Did you feel like it was a premature stoppage in the last fight? And how important is it to now have a great performance after your first career loss?
Credit to Kenzie Morrison. He won the fight. The referee stopped it fair. But every article that covered the fight afterwards stated about it being stopped earlier, being premature. The commentators were saying that it was stopped earlier, premature. We've seen wars in the ring that went well beyond what happened in that fight. And when I go back and watch the fight, you can see in the fourth round, I took a punch similar to the punch I took in the fifth round and then proceeded to win the rest of the round. So who knows what would have happened if they would have let the fight keep going. But that's behind me now. That fight doesn't matter going into this fight. I learned from that. So now I got to teach this little kid a lesson.
And a question for Jake. You were originally supposed to fight Tommy Fury. We know what happened there. I know it was important for you to fight a real boxer, but now you're fighting an opponent who's bigger than Tommy Fury, who has more professional experience. Is this a tougher fight than Tommy Fury?
Yeah, 100%. This is what I do. You know, I take hard challenges and challenge myself more and more with each fight, increase the level of opposition, and give the fans what they want. People say fight a real boxer. Here we go. This guy's bigger than me. He has more experience. There's no reason that I should win this, but I'm proving to the world and proving to the kids out there that if you set your mind to something and you truly believe in yourself and you're dedicated and you're mentally low-key have to be insane,
and you stack
then
the
you
deck.
will.
Don't forget you
then
stack
you will
the deck.
win.
Don't
Then
forget you
will
got to
win.
stack deck.
And that's what I'm proving
you
to
try
people.
to bring me down to
That's what I'm proving to the
cruiserweight
next
and
generation.
then put a rehydration clause in the contract.
People
Don't
will
forget
see.
about none of that.
You already
Don't
making
forget none of that.
excuses.
It's just take it or leave it.
Why you already
Don't
making
forget that's
excuses for
take it or leave
yourself?
it. That was take
Why
it or
you
leave
already
it.
making excuses for
I'm not
yourself?
making no excuses. I'm telling the
sounds
truth.
like you're making
Because you leaving it
excuses.
out. Because you leaving it
All I
out.
hear
Let
is
the people know.
excuses as to why you
Let the
lost,
people know.
excuses as
You always
to
talk
the
about, oh,
weight,
he's bigger
all
than
of
me.
these things, bro.
Oh, he's bigger than me. Oh, he's a heavyweight and all this and all that. That's cut because we come in the cruiserweight.
Took all that off the table.
Thank you.
The rehydration clause.
Thank you. So don't, yeah. That's not, you cannot do that. That's out. That's out.
So will you not?
stacking the deck.
You'll be 215 on the night of the fight.
You don't know how much
and I'll
I'm
be
away.
195.
You don't know how much I'm away on the night of the fight.
So is it not a rematch clause? Because are they saying like, no, that was off the table, we had to take that out? So so here's what I'm gathering from it. There isn't a rematch clause, not a rematch clause, a rehydration clause. Because he's saying they tried to bring me down to cruiserweight, and then they talked about the 10 pounds. I don't know, it's confusing there, but I do want to hear some more about that. Anyone in the chat got some details? Now remember, the highest Rahman Jr. has weighed, this is the last time I'm going to say it, I said it multiple times, the highest he's weighed is 269 in his career. That was last February, he was 269, February 2021. His last fight this April 29th, 2022, he weighed in at 224. And if you look at his average weight here, you'll see basically he weighs, if you were to, average it out, here, let me pull it up. He weighs about, like if he was to average all this out, he weighs about 225 pounds or so. That's his weight. And I'm guessing we're learning what type of fighter Jake Paul is going to be. I mean, I'm not really knocking it. Some people do. Floyd Mayweather did it. Canelo's done it. Manny Pacquiao did it. To where Jake Paul his team, they will put a rehydration clause on you to, like try to, as Rahman Jr. said, try to stack the deck. But with that being said, August the 6th on Showtime pay-per-view, I am going to be here streaming during the main event. We're going to be covering the card. My colleague, Donnell, is going to be trying to go to the card and cover it for Fight View 360. And I guess I'm going to get up out of here and I'm going to be back in 4 hours, 6 p.m. Eastern, to talk about basically all boxing news. Main topic is going to be a wrap-up of Mark Magsayo versus Ray Vargas. It's Ryan Garcia versus Javier Fortuna fight week, and I forgot what the other fights we're going to be talking about. We do have Dani Nietes tomorrow morning taking on Kazuto Ioka. Yes, I'm going to be live this Saturday for Ryan Garcia and Javier Fortuna. But for the week, I'm going to be live Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. That's my weekly streaming schedule. Unless it's like a press conference or something. As you can see, we stream during the press conferences and talk about the fights. The links to my social media are down below in the description box. Also, I update the boxing schedule down below in that description box. And while you're here, thanks for watching. Take your time out and download the WBC app powered by the Vive Network for exclusive content, fight news, my videos of other content creators as well. And here are the links. Boom. Put everything in the chat. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later on today in about 4 hours or so if you want to just talk about some regular boxing. Please subscribe, drop a like before you go, and see you guys later on.